Let's talk about something that is truly changing the game in education. It's called assistive technology. And no, we're not just talking about fancy gadgets. We're talking about the keys, the actual keys that can unlock the full potential of every single student.
So that really gets you thinking, right? How can we actually use technology to build a classroom where every single student, no matter their learning style or their challenges, has a real shot at success? Well, that is the incredible promise of assistive technology. And today, we're going to break down exactly how it all works.
All right, so first things first. What are we even talking about when we say assistive technology? Let's get a really clear idea of what falls under this powerful and honestly super important umbrella.
Okay, so the official definition, this one comes from the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA for short. And you'll notice it's incredibly broad. And that's totally on purpose. It covers basically any item, piece of equipment, or software product. See, the point isn't about the tech itself, it's all about what it does to help a student increase, maintain, or improve what they're capable of doing.
And that broadness brings us to a really crucial point. When most of us hear assistive technology, our minds might jump to, I don't know, super complex, expensive machines. But that's a huge misconception. The reality is often way simpler and more accessible than you'd think. I mean, just look at the range here. It's massive. On one side, you've got the low-tech stuff, simple, everyday things like a pencil grip that helps with writing, or a colored overlay that just makes text on a page easier to read. Then, on the other end of the spectrum, you have the high-tech solutions, like software that reads digital text out loud, or smart pens that can record a lecture while you're taking notes. It's this whole world of support.
You know, probably the best way to think about all of this is to see it as glasses for learning. It's a perfect analogy. You wouldn't tell someone who can't see the board to just squint harder, right? No way. You give them glasses to level the playing field. That is exactly what assistive technology does for learning challenges. It removes a barrier so a student's real talent can finally shine through.
So, we've got the what. Now let's get to the why. Why are these tools so absolutely critical? Well, it really all boils down to one powerful idea: inclusion.
The impact is, well, it's profound. When students get the right tools, they're not just getting an assignment done, they are building confidence. They start to become more independent. And when they're more independent, guess what? They participate more in class because for the first time, they can actually access the material in a way that just clicks for them. So this isn't about grades. It's about unlocking a student's true and often hidden potential. Think about it like this. Without the right support, a learning barrier can feel like a huge, insurmountable wall for a student. But when you introduce the right tool, the right piece of assistive tech, that wall shrinks. It doesn't just disappear, but it becomes a manageable hurdle, bridging that gap between the student and what they're trying to learn.
I love this quote because it completely flips the script. The whole point isn't to fix the student. There's nothing to fix. The goal is to fix the learning environment around them. And assistive technology, well, that's the ultimate tool to build a flexible, adaptable classroom where anyone and everyone can learn.
Okay, this all sounds amazing in theory, but where do you actually find these tools? How do you learn to use them? Let's get into the practical side of things and talk about building your toolkit.
The great news is, the internet is an incredible resource here. You can find structured online courses from universities if you want a real deep dive. You can also explore resource hubs from nonprofits. Think of them like giant digital libraries packed with info. And if you're looking for something really specific, tool directories on tech blogs and websites can point you right to the product you need.
I know it can feel a little overwhelming, but you can really break the process down into 3 simple steps. First, just identify the specific need. Is it reading? Is it writing? Organization? Then, explore all the options. And please, don't forget the simple, low-tech ones. And finally, the most important part, trial and learn. What works wonders for one student might not work for another. It's all about discovery and finding that perfect fit.
So this leaves us with a pretty big question to think about. What could the future of learning actually look like if we really committed to this? If every single student could walk into a classroom knowing that they had the exact tools they needed to understand, to participate, and to show the world what they know. It's a powerful vision, and with assistive technology, it's a lot closer than we might think.